The Hadza are not part of nature, they are nature in every sense. Nothing signifies this more than the relationship between the Hadza and the honey guide.
It's a bird that will lead the Hadza to honey. And I'm not sure if you can hear the bird, but I think it's up in the baobab.
At some point in history, the relationship formed between this bird and the Hadza. The bird leads them to the honey, and the Hadza are then able to extract the honey. They always leave a little bit left over for the bird. The bird in particular is interested in the larva inside the honeycombs, and this is a great mutualistic relationship that is really spectacular to witness.
So the Hadza will communicate with this bird, literally, by whistling back to them. They guide them to the honey. Wapi?
Kule ile juu pale, siangalia naingia. Ndio maana naona. Ndio maana.
Ana njaa sasa hivi, anataka kula. So let me show you where the honey is. Hard to see in the camera, but the honey's up there. You can actually see the bees. And then the bird is right there. There it goes. Right here. Unbelievable.
Fire is crucial to harvesting honey from these hives. The smoke will block the bees' abilities to smell, and therefore they will not send off the alarm signals indicating that their hive is being raided. Getting stung is almost a guarantee. However, without the smoke, they would be stung severely. So it definitely makes a difference in their ability to harvest a lot of honey. Once honey has been harvested, it's usually a mad scramble to get away from the tree, as the bees will tend to follow and attack.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ba'alako is the Hadza word for honey. Umepata nyingi sana.
Did you get sting?
No. Now we get to enjoy it. He suffers, we enjoy it. Oh. Let's go. Look at this. Saturated. This has been a real much needed boost of energy. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful honey. We've got everything in here. Everything you need. Lava, pollen. Awesome. This guy, look at him. He's just gone back and got more. Unbelievable. Look at all the bees on there. Oh, look at all this. Wow. Unreal. That's loaded with honey.
These stinging bees will commonly live in baobab trees, which often involves climbing. However, I've also found that the Africana commiphora tree also provides a great habitat for these bees. Although the Hadza do get stung, they almost never develop any severe allergic reactions. Anaphylaxis is unheard of, and even swelling goes down within a very short amount of time.
They're going for it. They haven't put any smoke in the hive yet, but Konka is pulling stuff out. Anyway, these guys are so freaking tough. So yesterday I jokingly asked the Hadza, I said to them, it's your last day alive, you have one more meal. In one hand I have baboon meat, in the other hand I have honey. Which one would you take? Without a doubt all the answers were honey. Because of the sweetness, they value sweet food, because out here there's just nothing else quite like it.
Mature combs like this are highly sought after. As all the combs will be highly saturated in honey, it'll be viscous and very sweet to the taste. The immature combs are usually lighter in color and not as saturated with honey. This honey is still definitely edible and very delicious.
Teko is there's 4 different types of stingless bees. Ngateko is one. Bambao is the second one. Kanua is the third one. And this is the one we're tapping into here, is Kanua. And then the last one is?
Asuna.
Na Asuna ni kidogo sana. So in that order, the last one is the smallest. And then going back up to the first one he mentioned, would be the bigger. But these are the stingless bees, and they're all pretty small. And then of course you have the stinging bees, which there's only one type here. So just giving you an idea of the different types of bees that that are available to them. This one here is very important to them. They like this one because they consider to be very good medicine for the stomach when they eat it, which I think in the Western world we all know that any type of honey is really good for the stomach. So. So if you have a look, obviously this is going to be almost unrecognizable for the average person living in the western part of the world when you buy honey. The reason being is that you've got absolutely everything mixed in with the honey. You can see there is actually the baby, there's the bees right there. Of course you can see how small they are. Tiny, tiny, tiny. And then you will have larvae. So this is the white things you see here, that's the larva. And then you've got a lot of the pollen. See, there's a whole bunch of larvae there, pollen. And then of course you have pieces of the honey. It's the combination of all of that makes this like a superfood. And to them, they would call it medicine, I think, for that reason.
Oh my gosh.
Try to describe that taste.
Wow. Okay, there was just a little tiny piece of pollen that I was getting, a tiny piece, and it is so full of flavor. It's like all the flowers of the rainbow in one little tiny. Wow, it's like bursting.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna turn the camera off because you need like privacy to enjoy something like this.
Wow.
Small game provides most of the meat to the Hadza, as big game is not as common in this area these days. Birds and bush babies living up in trees are a common target for them. I thoroughly enjoy the small game hunting as I get to fling a lot of arrows and really be part of the hunt with them.
Awesome.
All right, okay. It's nothing that impressive, but to me it means a lot. I hit a bird, which is a pretty small target, with a bow that's made by myself and the Hadza. There we go. It can be done by a crazy Mzungu.
Awesome. That's so amazing.
It's just a songbird, but it's gonna mean a lot to me eating it.
Bringing home the bacon, Joel.
Bringing home a mouthful of bacon.
That's awesome.
They cook most of the small game roasted over fires, skewered on sticks. They share everything with each other, no matter how small. And of course, nothing better to finish the hunt than a smoke of marijuana. This usually happens before, plenty of times during and after hunts. There are various tribes that share the same land as the Hadza, who raise cattle, goats, and donkeys. They also grow crops. Unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why a lot of the large game is left, as there are very few watering holes in the area and all of the livestock has to drink from the same water holes that wild animals will, and that's what's pushed them out of the area. To this day, the Hadza have still not embraced agricultural farming. Although a lot of these tribes have infiltrated into the Hadza's lands, there seems to be a fairly civil relationship between them all. Things they certainly share in common is their fear for snakes.
That right there is the most deadliest snake in the world, in my opinion. It's the black mamba. Oh my goodness. Black mamba named because of the black on the inside of his mouth. That is unreal. Everyone's pretty disturbed by it. There he comes. Okay. There he goes. Look at him. Unreal. Okay, I'm out of here. I mess with this snake. That was the black mamba. That is the don't mess around with it type of snake. They are territorial and aggressive and have enough venom to kill multiple human beings. So the Hadza don't stick around to watch it like we would like to. We had a territorial one on my property growing up, and we drove over a road once and he was there coiled in the road in the sun and he got such a fright by the car, he reared up and struck at the window. Can you believe that? A snake that is brave enough to strike out at a car window. So ever since that happened, I keep a very safe distance from them.
Later on that day, we spot a second black mamba. This one the Hadza were adamant to
So they
kill.
just killed a baby black mamba. We saw one earlier, second one in one day, and they were insistent on killing it. I'm not big on killing snakes for no reason, but I have to respect their wishes. This is probably the most dangerous snake in Africa, probably in the world. But yeah, they know that, and so they just kill it without any questions. Guntra was just telling me, I was asking him how many people he's seen bitten and died by the black mamba. He says 4, and his uncle's one of them. So I suppose he has good reason to just want to kill all of them that he sees. Still a pity. He also believes that the whole snake is poisonous and they will not touch it, but I was trying to explain to him that the poison sacs, the venom sacs, are only in the head.
We decided to take the snake back to camp and skin it. The idea was to use the snake skin to put on our bows. We thought that would be great decoration.
I would be pretty confident in saying that this would be the first Hadzabi built bow that's ever had a snake skin folded down on it. I'll have to ask Konka later on about that, but I'm definitely feeling that.
Given the fact that I've eaten a bunch of venomous snakes in the past, we decided to eat this one too instead of let the meat go to waste. This was quite a shock to the Hadza.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
For feeding me the most deadliest snake in the world.
I think it's the deadliest snake. Is it the most deadliest snake?
Oh, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the most deadly.
Maybe
It's
not
the most
because-
deadliest.
Maybe not because of the venom content, but definitely because of the combination of the
Because it
venom
comes after you.
and the aggression.
Yeah.
Is that cooked properly?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Here, Cal.
Thank you.
Yeah, it probably isn't.
Well,
Oh well.
if you don't cook it properly, it can kill you.
If you don't cook it properly, you definitely die. I think I just didn't want to make it too like overdone, so maybe it's a bit underdone. It's pretty good, actually. It tastes like
Mixture of
I mean, it really does taste like fish and chicken.
mixture of fish and chicken. I've always yeah.
Yeah.
That's most reptiles will taste pretty much the same.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. In the next episode, episode 3, we go on a bush pig and baboon hunt.